true story is called Don't Eat the Gravy. Back in 1988, I was sent down to Zambia to drill a couple of wildcat wells for Placid Oil Company out of Dallas. Penrod Drilling Company had a drilling rig that they weren't using at the time, so they sent that thing down, and what they did is they put it on a boat or a ship. There's a difference between a boat and a ship. So you can put a boat on a ship. Found that out from a captain of a ship in Bahrain one time, one of our U.S. Navy captains. I don't make that mistake ever again. Matter of fact, they put this boat on the ship and send that sucker over to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Then it took 12 days to drive it over into the northern part of Zambia where we were going to drill these wells. Well, we had a whole herd of coon asses, and coon asses definitely like to eat. So we decided that we was going to have to get the best cook in the country, and the only way to elect the cook was that we had to hire the chief of the tribe to do the cooking. Well, we called him Droopy. He's droopy because he had these holes in his ears that they'd stretched these holes out, and they earlobes hung all the way down to his shoulders. Well, old Droopy was a pretty good cook. He could cook anything. I mean, we had chicken fried zebra, which you probably wouldn't think would be real good, but I guarantee you it was. We had game rangers that walked around us that kept the lions and tigers and stuff off of us, but they did a lot of the hunting for us, and they'd bring us in gazelle and zebra and anything else that we wanted to eat, and I mean tell you, this stuff was good. Well, you can't get by with a chicken fried steak of any kind without some cream gravy. But the cream gravy, and these coon asses taught Droopy how to do it, but the cream gravy had a crunch to it, and we couldn't figure out what that crunch was. You bite into it, think, well, is that pepper, or what is it? You know, is it maybe something left over from the chicken fry, or just what is this? Well, we went on for weeks and weeks. We was eating this stuff, and one day the Derrick man, which Daylight Derrick had a good hand, he stood up and he said, "Man, I'm gonna find out how Droopy's cooking that stuff." He said, "I want to know what it is." Well, he went into the kitchen, which was just a tent at the time. We didn't have a hard camp. That was all still coming over. We were living in tents, and this Derrick hand went in there and he watched old Droopy make the gravy, and he came back out and he had this real sick look on his face, and he said, "Don't eat the gravy." And we said, "Well, what is it?" And he said, "It's tsetse flies." We were right in the middle of a tsetse fly belt where all the animals were, and we had every kind of animal you could ever dream of having. I mean, honestly, it was just amazing. Every animal that you could ever think of that you saw in Africa, we had the opportunity to see there, and they were just beautiful. Anyway, somebody had hung a Coleman lantern above the stove, and those tsetse flies would fly in there and fall right down in the gravy, and we'd been eating them for 3 weeks before we figured out that wasn't a good idea. I'm going to be making a bunch of these stories, and this is just one of them from Zambia. There's more of them. Might even bring one up about we would take the four-wheeler up on the hill and go to the bathroom instead of having to sit down in one of these porta cabins. It was really smelly after about 40 guys was taking a dump in it. And so we'd take the four-wheeler up the hill, go to the bathroom, then come back down. Well, after a week or two of this practice, one of the game rangers come up to us one time, and he said, "Don't take that four-wheeler up the hill anymore to go to the bathroom." Well, I said, "Well, why not, man? That's just the best place in the world to go." He said, "Yeah, but he said those lions have got to where they're staking you out, and one of you guys are going to be line crap before too long." There's more of them, friends. Hope you enjoy them.